All right, welcome everyone. The first official meeting of, I don't know what, is it the Death Star regime? What is it, Joe? Well, yeah, it's all right. All right, first I'd like to welcome everybody to Rotary. I'd like to call up Ross Smith and Steve Aiken, who is going to grace us with his wonderful voice while he's still here.
That's right. That's right. Sing along. What do you mean while I'm still here?
Well, you're still
Is there something in the food today that I don't try this special tea today? Yeah. All right. Well, you guys know what I'm going to sing. It's going to be God Bless America. And I'll just move this over here. There we go. Hit it. God bless America. Let us look beside her, guide her through the night, the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless. Sweet home. God bless. Great job,
You're so good. Man, if you're standing up here next to that, all you can do is just mouth along. That's it. Steve is awesome. Will you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, for God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, for our invocation, Dane, come on up. Well, I know Dane.
Morning, everybody. You may have read that last Sunday, July the 6th, was the 90th birthday of the Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama. He has spent his life devoted to promoting peace and love and understanding among all people. As a personal matter, the Dalai Lama is probably my #1 most admired person on the planet. Well, at his 90th birthday celebration, he spoke these words. Every day as you wake up, think, today I am fortunate to be alive. I have a precious day of life. And then he continued by saying, which is his theme, love and compassion are necessities. They're not luxuries. In this spirit, let us pray. Oh Lord, grant us wisdom, grant us courage for the facing of these days. By your grace, may each one of us here grow daily in love and compassion. In our hearts, we also think and speak and utter and pray a special prayer for those everywhere who are especially experiencing loss and suffering and destruction. Amen.
Thank you, Dane. I'd like to call up our new Secretary Treasurer, Jared Horton, to welcome guests.
Alan, would you mind making your way to the microphone? And Brent, don't you have a guest today? If you guys could make your way to the microphone to give our people who are in the house today will get announced at the microphone, but on, what's that?
Sorry, I should.
Oh, okay, you're good, you're good. And on Zoom, we have Susan Bryant, Willie White, and Guard Wade. But Alan, if you'll introduce your guest.
My guest is Mutu. Mutu, would you stand? Yes. Mutu's been here 3 or 4 or 5 times. He's from India and he works at Fiberbond. So he's a Rotarian for several years, 4 years, and he's started his own club.
Brent?
Yes, I want to introduce a guest who actually lives with me. My son Alex is here. He is a young entrepreneur and he works with me sometimes, so he'll be a future Rotarian.
And David is gonna use this microphone. He has a guest.
Later.
Later. Not-
I gotta get into something. Yeah, I do have a guest, but I'm gonna get into that in just a minute. You know, one interesting thing I like to do, when I was in school, one of the things I really took a shine to is history. And where's Larry? Larry was here. Larry Clark. Oh, right there, Larry. Jeez, looking right at me. You know who compelled me just by his magnanimous personality and love of history to get a minor in history was Milton Finley. I'm sure you remember Milton. He was a fantastic guy. So one of the things I do when I get up in the morning, I look up what happened today in history. And I've got two little factoids. One thing happened in 1947 today that started the ultimate conspiracy was the Roswell Daily Recorder reported that the Roswell Army Field captured a UFO today in 1947. So I don't know where everybody lands on that, but I think everybody has an opinion. Dane, you're laughing. Dane, do you remember that? No. Yeah, I was gonna say. The other thing that I found interesting was on this day in 1800, Dr. Benjamin Waterhouse, who was a co-founder of Harvard Medical School, gave the first cowpox or smallpox vaccines to 4 of his 6 children, which begs the question, what did those 4 children do and what did the other 2 do? Why only 4 of the 6? I'm not sure. There's your factoids today. If anybody has anything else interesting, please let me know. On another note, I'll introduce my guest now. He's my number 1 son, Garrett Branis. Please stand up. Come on up here. So he actually graduated LSU last year and he's in the working world. So he could not come into town last week and partake in the beauty, which was George Washington. But he's here today and I wanted to bestow upon him what I did for the girls and make him a Paul Harris Fellow. Lawrence, you got your camera? Paul Harris Fellow. Lawrence, you gonna take a picture real quick? All right. We don't have any pictures together, so that means a lot. That's right. Okay. With that, it is time for our program, and this is kind of a mouthful, but I'm gonna invite Mark Snow, who is our current Assistant District Governor and past president of our club, to introduce another past president of our club, an executive director, and new district governor. That's a mouthful.
Yes,
You can keep up with that. There's a flow chart I can give you later if you're having trouble. Mark?
Thank you, Dave. And pretty good. If he doesn't fall down going down there, then he's done good for the first day, right? But before I get started, I just want to say a quick thank you. And I asked the governor for permission. I wanted to thank Diane Clark and her staff for helping us have an awesome 4th of July district party on top of sideboard if you missed it. They worked very hard and I want to thank the district as well. The district, Charlotta worked really hard with me on this and without Lawrence's blessing and the rest of the district, we would not have been able to do it. And it was a great event. We had Rotarians from several clubs. Hope it's something we'll continue to do. And I just want to say, express your thank you. And one of the best ways to say thank you is to give to the Rotary Foundation, which will come back to us. But that's not why I'm here, other than thank you very much for coming. We had over almost 100 people. But today it's my honor to introduce someone who actually needs no introduction. In fact, when I came in, someone actually says he doesn't need one. My friend and fellow Rotarian, and he's actually my landlord, Lawrence Calhoun, who is our new district governor.
But before, many of you know a lot about Lawrence, but some of you new Rotarians may not. I'd like to just share a few factoids. Lawrence is a native of Shreveport, attended Byrd High School, and I'm sure you went to the alumni event month ago. Louisiana Tech alumni, which that he's smart. Then he spent 42 years in a family business in the commercial insurance brokerage business, and now is being run by his two sons. But one thing that kind of foretells to the strength of his business skills, his leadership skills, is this is now a fourth generation business, and will use that business skill in running our district. He joined the Rotary Club in May 2001, so he's on his 25th year of his Rotary journey. He served as a director, the multi-level officers, committee chairman, and he still serves actually as a chairman on RILA and Rotary Foundation for our club. But because he couldn't get enough of Rotary, he became our executive director in what year, you think? 2023. And we call it that. I call it he got us out of the ditch when the mayor stole Leanne from us. So in 2022, he began his district service in the G line, has served, as you know, through the AG, the DGN, and now as of July 1st is our district governor. And he's one of the three amigos with Rich, Charlotta, and himself. They are getting us strong again. They're making Rotary great again. And I want to thank them for their commitment to that. Their hard work, their traveling around has really, really helped the district, and he'll share some things with that. And so I want to thank them for that. And Lawrence is more than just a businessman and great Rotarian. He's also a good example of a family man, husband, father, and grandfather. He's been married 44 years to his loving wife, Connie, has raised two boys, has two adopted daughters or daughters-in-law, and 6 grandchildren. And he's very active in their lives. And when he has those few minutes, he enjoys golf. And you might have seen his golf cart on the runs. He enjoys boating, water skiing, and he's actually been involved in coaching and reffing in youth sports. So he's a great example of what a Rotarian should be. And so it's my pleasure to introduce our new governor, Lawrence Calhoun.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all very much. I would say I can't get used to people standing up for me, but you know, I can get kind of used to that. That looks good. I really, this is so surreal for me to be up here. I've been up here many times, and but to be up here as governor it's just amazing. I'm glad y'all allow me time to do it. Of course, since I'm the one that sets the agenda, it's probably pretty easy for me to find time to do it. I started this 4-year commitment, much like being president of this club is a 5-year commitment. Being governor is a 4-year commitment. And I started 2 years ago as the district governor nominee. And it's been a good 2 years. As Mark mentioned, myself, Charlotta, and Rich have teamed together pretty strongly to help build the district back up. And I want to thank, Rich is here, isn't he? I thought I saw, yeah, Rich is here. I want to thank Rich for what he's done. Leading this club, the number one thing he did that I'm going to follow is communication. Y'all heard from him several times a month. He would send emails about whatever was going on. And the main thing he talked about was our membership, the district membership, and how we were below the threshold of 1,200. We were at like 1,154, something like that. So under his leadership and the rest of us, we sought to fix that. And as of today, we're just short of 1,200. We were over 1,200 for a few days until the June 30 purge hit. And that's when RI sends out their invoices for dues. So clubs start cutting their membership. They're behind or haven't paid dues. So we'll get to 1,200 easily. Mine and Charlotte and I have talked about 1,300 at the end of her year in 2027. And this club has grown. We have 184 members now. As you're well aware, we have the companion club that's started with 13, now has 15 members, and I've got 3 applications on my desk at home. So they'll be hitting 20 members probably by the end of this month. And Rich set out with a reward for clubs that grew. If you have a net +2 members at the end of June, the district will pay $500. Well, we hit that with a companion club. We had a growth of 15. And so we will be at some point getting a $500 check just to go into our treasury. So let's continue doing that, continue bringing guests. The only people that don't have a chance are coming to those that you don't ask. So try to ask somebody. I want to just give you all a brief overview of my goals to tell you what I want to do this year. Number one, as I mentioned, is continue the membership growth. We got 3 companion clubs now outside of ours, the Rotarians Rising. We also have the Lincoln Club started the first one, I believe it's back in December. They're called Lincoln After Hours. And then Bunkie just started one. I'm not sure if it's formal yet. I believe it is, with eight women in it. And the Mansfield Club only had 10 members. And we talked to them, and Stonewall growing as much as it is, Scott Wysong's in Stonewall. He helped us do it. Mansfield and some of the citizens of Stonewall actually combined and doubled their club overnight with 20 members, but they are now called the DeSoto Parish Rotary Club. So we're real proud of that growth too. And just so to tout Rich's leadership again, in 25-26, our district was in the top 4 in growth, and our entire zone 31 out of 17 other districts, we were in the top 4 in growth. So y'all help me thank Rich for what he did. Second thing is I want to do foundation giving. There's a lot of clubs I can talk to because they do very little giving. This club is not one of them. You've heard Charlotta talk about the numbers, the number of major donors we have. I mean, we by far outclass everybody in the foundation. I'm so appreciative of that and proud to be a member of this club. And I want y'all to keep doing it. But one of my goals, even for members in here that rarely give to the foundation or have never given to the foundation, I want you to do one thing. Go to Rotary Direct, hit the blue donate button, and pledge $10 a month. Skip Starbucks one time. $10 a month. At the end of the year, it's $120, and you will be what Rotary calls a sustaining member. I would love for this club for sure, and every club in the district, to be 100% sustaining member. There's not a single body in here that can't do $10 a month. So think about that. Please go on myrotary.org. You'll need your club number, which is 2587, and you'll need your Rotary ID number. You can email me or call me. I'll look up your ID number and give it to you. Those of y'all that give on a regular basis, I appreciate it very much. I also want that $120 will get our per capita giving up. With only 2 large clubs in our district, we're easily the first or second in total giving. But the number we like to look at, the number Charlotta likes to look at, and Rich, is the per capita giving, the per person giving. And we are what, Charlotte, in the top 2 or 3, around $130 a person, something like that. I'd love to get that to 150. And if everybody becomes a sustaining member, I think we can make that happen. Because as we mentioned before, the more we give, the more we get back 3 years from now. And that money goes out to district, part of that money goes out to district grants. The more we get back, the more we can pass out. The last 2 years, every club in the district has received their district grant request. That's because we have extra money in the district account, but that cannot go on forever. So I'm hoping that the clubs will start giving a little bit more so we can do more with that money every 3 years when it comes back. Another goal is better participation in our district events. Again, I can't fault this club at all because we are fantastic in our district events. As Mark mentioned, the 4th of July had 100 people. I don't know how many for this club were there, but counting guests, probably 40% of them, based on the pictures I've seen. And at the installation banquet on the 12th, we've got 82 coming. And right now I've got 17 of our members on the little freebie ticket I've offered. Most of those members are bringing a guest of some sort. So I've got 3 spots left. If you want one, let me know today because I've got to turn the count in tomorrow. But as of right now, we've got 82 people coming. So we're going to have a good time at the Petroleum Club. So please consider coming and being with us. I got to catch up to myself. We have had, again, participating in district events. We've got, as Mark mentioned too, 3 in a row governors. Fortunately, following Charlotta, we've got a young lady, Victoria Sullivan from the Lincoln Club, who this week is now the district governor nominee. And it's great to have that. As I've mentioned before, for us, it looks good on paper, but for the district, it's not good in a way, I guess, because with the 3 of us, we've been able to accomplish a lot of things. And going forward, Rich is taking on another task other than being immediate past district governor. He's going to be the official district secretary. So he's going to be right there. So me, Rich, and Charlotta, and now Victoria can all work together to make the district better. And that's part of our goal like that. And I'm going to ask all the clubs to nominate governors, nominate potential candidates to be governor. I'm very fortunate. I don't know if it was Martha's year or Mark's year that the board had confidence in me to be a district governor. I'll never forget, I was at the Houston convention, I don't know, 4 years ago, I guess, for the international convention. And Pam Stewart from the Lincoln Club, who's very, very active in Rotary, right when that kicked off, she turned around and looked at me and said, "Are you ready to be district governor?" I said, "You must be crazy. I would never do that job." And then here I stand today doing it. But yeah, I love Rotary. I sometimes I think I bleed blue and yellow if something were to happen. We're going to have a district conference in October the 3rd and 4th in Alexandria this year. It's going to be at the Hotel Bentley. I'm working with a member of the Alexandria Club to put that together. I mentioned the 4th of July event. And one thing I want the newer members to do that maybe you haven't considered is I'm what Rich would call used to be a table Rotarian. I would show up for lunch on Tuesdays at noon and go home and go back to work. And then I got on the board of directors with Tom Arsenault his year. And that's when I thought I need to learn a little bit more about Rotary, what's going on and how it works. So I started taking the RLI courses, Rotary Leadership Institute, that Terry Haynes has been hugely involved with and will still help. But Pam Stewart is going to be the district coordinator for that. There's 3 courses. They last about 5 hours, including lunch. I encourage anyone, particularly new members in the club, to take RLI. I learned more at RLI than I've learned anywhere else. And it's a fantastic process to go through. You learn about grants, you learn about district global grants and district grants, you learn about service projects. The whole thing is amazing. So I encourage y'all to go do that. And my last goal is RILA. I'm going to tell you, I love RILA. You can ask David Brainus, some of those guys. I love RILA. I've spent the week there with these campers, kids, 15, 16-year-olds, sophomores going their junior year. And it hurt me terribly for my first governor decision to cancel RILA this year. And I did it simply because we got a late start on it. We were changing the format. And we didn't even start sending out applications till the middle of March. And that's usually when you're trying to cut it off. So the cutoff date was mid-May. And at the end of April, we had 12 applications. And unless you got 30 or 40 or more kids, it's just not worth it. They don't get the experience that they would like to have, or we would like them to have. So I canceled it. The amazing part is y'all got this. I sent an email to every member in the district. all 1,100 and something of you. About 15 people responded, and it was amazing. Every one of them were disappointed, but they all said, we understand, what can we do to help next year? And my first thought was, you never know how good something is till you're about to lose it. So I'm going to start a committee of these people that want to help. We're going to start in August. One of my assistant governors, Craig Phillips, out of the Alexandria Metro Club, is going to be the chairman of RILA. Charlotta, technically the district governor-elect, it's her year. And it is her year, but she's going to have a lot of help from me, whether she wants it or not, because we're going to make RILA as good as it can possibly be. And we're going to have this committee Zoom meeting and brainstorm in August. And by October, we're going to have our thoughts together. So by the end of the year, mid-December, we're going to start sending out applications. I have a guy at Byrd, a colonel in charge of the ROTC program, that was going to send 7 people last year. And so we had to cancel that. He will send 4 or 5. And one thing I have assured some of the members, those 12 or 15 kids that wanted to come last year and we canceled on, they are going to have the first opportunity to sign up to come this year. Even though they're a junior going to be a senior, it's only 1 year difference in age. And we're going to give them the opportunity that they missed out on to come back for RILA. So hopefully with that, we can get 50, 55 kids. We get a dozen or so counselors. The maximum we can sleep in the dorms is about 73, 74. So I hope to fill that up, and I hope to make RILA as good as it possibly can be. Those are my goals. Those are the things I want to do. If any of y'all have any suggestions for the district, please let me know. Please let Charlotta know, and we'll be happy to talk to you and accommodate whatever we can. And before I get into some club business, are there any questions about the district that I can answer? Anybody? No? All right, I do have a little bit of club difference. I'm gonna take off one hat, put my executive director hat on. Dues are going out steadily. I've got a lot of people paid. I do have now a credit card machine, so if you want to pay starting next week, if you want to pay by credit card, you can do it at the meeting, or I can send you an invoice. And I have to introduce a new member today. Philip, come on up, please, sir. His name is Philip Corley. He moved back to Shreveport in 2012 with his wife and children. And he joined an old friend of mine back in the day, Joe Calloway, joined his company called Risk Services of Louisiana, Levitt. Philip is a commercial insurance professional with 13 years of industry experience. He specializes in commercial property and casualty, as well as employee benefits and health insurance. And he is known in the marketplace for his professional, knowledgeable, and timely approach. And he delivers courteous service and tailored solution to help his clients. And an interesting thing about Philip, y'all may remember Rob Eppers. He is the general manager or president of Risk Services. And Rob hasn't been here in 2 or 3 years, and he just can't come. He said, I'm just too busy, Lawrence. I just can't be. He's paying his dues every year. He pays the annual. And so Philip started coming, and I talked to Rob, and he said, terminate me and let's get Philip to join. So we're going to wash out as far as member goes, but Philip's already been here 2 or 3, maybe 4 times. But I want to officially welcome you as a member of the Royal Club of Shreveport. You ain't coming, you won't.
No.
Okay,
Great,
good.
thanks. Looking forward to it.
All right,
Thank
good deal. All right, 2 more things. I would like Greg Lott to come up. Where's Greg? I know he's here. There he is. Greg has been a steady giver of the foundation. When I say we got a lot of people that continue to give, Greg's one of them. And I'm proud to present Greg with his Paul Harris +8. And he is just a few short dollars away from becoming one of our new major donors. But right now, he's a +8 Paul Harris Fellow. Thank you, Lauren. And I will get it later. And my last one is Diane Clark. Come on up. Diane, again, is one of those, it's a continual giver. She took advantage of Charlotta's promotion about matching points. And with that, I'm proud to give her her Paul Harris +3.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think, Charlotte, tell me, we raised in our non-event that a lot of us contributed to, I think almost $20,000. So that's pretty good for an event you didn't even have to show up to. And all of that money goes to the foundation. And again, in 3 years, half of it comes back to us. So again, thank y'all. I'm looking forward to being governor, and it's going to be a heck of a trip. So I'm glad to represent this club and go on that journey. So thank y'all very much.
All right, there was a couple of things I wanted to mention in Lawrence's speech. He was talking about RILA. And one of my big pushes this year, and Graham is going to be a big part of that, is resurrecting our Interact clubs. And if, for those of you who don't know, Interact is for high school age kids. We do not have, as far as our club, we have 0 presence. So Graham, all you can do is up. You can't go down. And that is going to help feed RILA. And it's not only going to help feed RILA, but it's going to help make better, stronger, younger individuals. And, you know, we've concentrated so often on, and I may have mentioned this last week, I don't even recall, last week was a blur, but, you know, we've concentrated for so long on the big schools that are always on our mind, Shreve and Byrd. Well, the problem with that RILA at Shreve and Byrd is each of those schools, Byrd in particular, all my kids went to Byrd, has 100 clubs. They don't need another. We need to be going after the club, the schools that actually need RILA, will appreciate RILA. We need to go to a Woodlawn, a Huntington, a Fair Park, a Southwood, and get RILA going there. And I think it would be great for those kids, and it'll be great for our community. And then beyond that, you know, we're going to concentrate a lot on Rotaract as well. You know, the only presence we've had in Rotaract, for those that don't know, that's Rotary for college age kids. So we have chapters in schools, I'm sorry, in colleges, be it LSUS, Centenary, BIPSI, SUSLA. The only chapter we've had in the last 5-6 years has been at BIPSI. We had a very strong chapter there because of one individual, this young man, Ethan, who was president of the Rotaract Club there. And he, of course, graduated. And when he left, the sponsor of the club that was located at BIPSI, they also left the school for another job, and that chapter went away. But there's no reason why, you know, we should not have chapters at Southern, at LSUS, at Centenary, and at BIPSI again. And again, that's going to breed better individuals that are service oriented, and it'll help our club as well. Because some of those individuals, hopefully most, will stay in the Shreveport-Bossier area for their careers, and we can turn them to our satellite club, and then they will graduate and become Rotarians in this club. So that's my hope for Interact and Rotaract, and of course RILA. Feeding RILA to you. On another note, I did fail to mention, I meant to earlier, I apologize, Gail, but Gail has a new grandson. So very nice. Congratulations. That's great. I see the smile on your face. You can't replace that. The other thing I was going to mention, for those that didn't take part in the district's July 4th thing, it was fantastic. I know David Ginsburg there and Charlotta and of course Mark and everything, but it was fantastic. You get on the roof of the Southport Discovery Center, and Diane, thanks for hosting such a beautiful event. It was fantastic. Your staff is great. The place is impeccable. It's easy to get around, but you get on that 4th floor and you're on the rooftop, and they fire the fireworks off from the south on Clyde Fant. They're literally right in your face. It was fantastic. Larry, you were there too. It was absolutely fantastic. So I would encourage you to do that next year as well. And then of course, Lawrence, this weekend you mentioned on the 12th, the Rotary Banquet, that's going to be great. So with that, I need some tickets. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no. We're way ahead. We've got time here. We've got time. Hang on, settle down. We'll get tickets together. But I also wanted to say, we did have a little time and Alan had asked, Mutu, would you like to come up and speak briefly? Mutu would like to talk, just briefly about a service project that they have in India. Doug, are you able to pull that up? Thank you. So just a minute, this is Mutu, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to all. Good evening. Okay, my name is Muthu. I am from India. My club name is The Legends. The full name of the club is the Rotary Club of Hyderabad, The Legends. Hyderabad has more than 15 clubs. So we need to add another name to that. So The Legends is the name of the club. The presentation, as of the TV you can see. This, I want to talk about our club, the projects, what we do, the relationship between our club and Shreveport Club. So we want to be a friendship club with Shreveport. So this is the 5th time I'm visiting this club. Almost every year I visit this club. Let me go over the slides. Our club founded the year 2022. And we started with 29 charter members. Now we are about 34. Bhaginagar is one of the first club in Hyderabad. They are our sponsor club. We have 2 key projects with us. One is eco pressing, other one is fist of rice. I will explain in further slides. The fist of rice is started with young children in a school. Our charter president is the owner of that school. He given the habit of giving to the children. So we need to teach our children about giving and not wasting the food. So we have to educate our children not to waste food, how much there are people outside starving for food. So he started a program called Fist of Rice. He requested the school children to bring a fist of rice every week from their home. They put in a big bucket. For a surprise, within few months, like pounds of rice started accumulating. Then they started donating to orphanages. Now in Indian Rotary region, they recognize this as one of the important service project. Now hundreds of families getting rice from this project. So these are the children bringing rice from their house. They're donating. This is how we give to the beneficiaries. The second project is eco pressing. You might be aware that in India, we use coal to burn coal to produce heat. They press that the dresses in the old traditional way. But the problem with this coal, it produces too much of carbon. It takes about an hour to make these boxes ready. And once it's been light up, we need to finish ironing all the dresses. So it is time consuming, the coal is expensive, and it is pollution to the environment. So Rotary come up with an LPG, like gas powered iron boxes. With these iron boxes, we can switch on, switch off anytime. And it's every household has gas. So they can use this LPG gas to iron the dresses. So it is very economical and it saves a lot of time of the person who do the ironing. It is a small business, home run business for poor people. So it's very useful for them. Till now we identified, we donated 85 iron boxes from our club. More than 400 iron boxes we donated out in help of other clubs. And about in INR, like 61,20,000 rupees. That means about, I can say $100,000 has been saved by these iron boxes given to the poor people. So these are the awards and recognition. Our club secured in the recent district awards. Okay. We are a 4-year-old club, one of the youngest club, but we sponsored 4 new clubs in 4 years. The year 1, we founded an interactive club in the school. Year 2, we founded a Rotary Club in the college. In year 3 and 4, we founded General Tatum is a Rotary Corporate Club. This is the only corporate club in the district 3150 and the Twin City in South India. So I am the owner of that company, General Tatum. So with 53 members, we started a club. So it is recognized by our Rotary International and Rotary India. It is one of the biggest achievement that no club able to do in our region. We done it. And another achievement, we started a community club, gated community. We call walk to meeting. So we charted with 25 members. Another club have been formed. So one club chartered 4 clubs within 4 years. Our aim to produce 1 club every year. These are our visions of the year 2025. This is Rotary Club of General Tatum. 53 young engineers come together, started the club. The youngest president, 29 years old, the youngest president of our club. Within a year, within 3 months, we received these many awards from our district governor. And we done 2 projects in 3 months. We donated 36 units of blood. Our 46 of our employees donated blood. We conducted blood bank for Saint Teresa Blood Bank. And we also sponsored 50 table and chair for a government-run school in the city nearby, in our area. Previously, the kids were sitting on the ground and they study because very poor and city-run school in India. Schools are in pathetic condition. It's true. And they were sitting on the ground and we issued 50 benches for them. Now they're very happy children sitting on the chair and table and they're having the education. We are able to make this difference in 3 months. Okay, this is some pictures from my visit, which are late. And thank you. Thanks. Okay. And thanks for Alan, Charlotte, Lawrence, and David. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, good. Sorry, Lawrence forgot something, so he's come out. Stay here, okay.
I forgot a very important thing I'm supposed to do, and that's present the new club banner to our president. This is one of the official duties of the governor. And this is the new.
Do I get to wear this with a wig?
You can wear that, yes. This is the new theme for Rotary, Give for Good. And this will be to the Shreveport Club. It'll replace the white one over there for the next year. So
Mario's gone.
this is interesting. Mario, who Dave and I had lunch with and really had got to know a little bit at Pets, resigned like 3 weeks ago. So the current president is from
Argentina. Argentina?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was, as he says, I was on my couch on Saturday with my grandkids, and on Tuesday I was Rotary International president. Oh, I forgot. I was Rotary International president. So he has jumped in with both feet, and the colors have even changed to blue. So I'm going to get a new banner, but I wanted to present this one because the name on there now is no longer the president. So we will get a new banner and I'll present it, but I at least wanted to do that today.
Thank you, Lawrence. Get that old banner out of here. Correct it. No, Mutu, thank you very much. I know that was very impromptu and we had time. So we definitely wanted to get you up here. It's interesting to see what is going on with Rotary. around the world. And it was really enlightening. Thank you very much. Y'all are doing really good work over there in the largest country in the world too. That's lines or, you know, it's a lot of work. Briefly, I want to bring Charlotta up. She wants to talk about next week's, or do you want to do right there? She's going to talk about next week's program briefly. Charlotta.
This will be the third time we've tried to get Rayanne Groover from Atlanta here. The first time her daughter was in an accident. The second time we had bad storms and she was not able to fly in. Rayanne will be here with us next week. You may remember from when we told you about her before, her son was killed in 2017 in a hazing incident at LSU. And since then, she and her husband have devoted themselves to making people aware of the dangers of hazing and bullying. And she will be here to talk about that. If you have friends who have children who are headed off to college for the first time, I would encourage you to invite them as a guest, because Rayanne talks about setting boundaries with your kids before they go to college to make them aware that things are going to happen, and having their family explaining boundaries to them is the best way to stop the hazing incidents. There are many, many kids in the United States that are killed every year due to hazing incidents. So Rayanne will be with us. She'll be our speaker next week. I'd like to see a room full of people. She's coming at her own expense. And so I encourage you, like I said, if you have friends, the kids are headed off to college, please invite them and please join with us next week.
Thank you, Charlotta. Yeah, it'll be an interesting speaker for sure. Okay, so we're ready for the drawing? All right. If you have your red tickets out, the first drawing for the Rotary Foundation, we had $94 collected, 47 to the foundation, 47 to the winner. Ticket number 199. 199. Oh, Mark. Very nice, Mark. Okay, and for Roseneath Floral, did Andy get a floral here, Lawrence? Yes, okay. That goes to ticket 145, 145. All right, there we go. Mix these numbers up a bit. And for the first of Andy Sheehy's chickens, eggs. Okay, this is for the, let's swing it around. This is for the half dozen. Ticket 88088. All right, there we go. Now for the full dozen, 152. 152. All right, Dave, there you go. And for the last half dozen is 053. 053. Ah, Steve, there you go. All right. And that concludes the raffle. I'd like to thank the money taker, Doug Bland. Raffle tickets, Margaret, thank you very much. Always there. And Laura, greeter scanner, where'd Laura go? What? We have an extra half dozen to give away, okay. Ticket 145. Did I call that already or no? Oh, I did, okay. I called 199. I'll put these down now. 136. There are 136. All right, there you go, Mark. Okay, got an extra half dozen. Now they're gone. So next week, you already mentioned the speaker. It should be really good. You know, we try to, Charlotte has done just a phenomenal job the last year in the programs, and she tries to mix it up quite a bit, keeping it nonprofit related, you know, business or social. Some of them are happy, some of them are sad, but it's things that are going on in our communities that we need to hear about. And this one next week is a very important one. So I would definitely encourage y'all to come. So if you would, please join me in this. Please stand and join me in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? will it build better will and better friendships will be beneficial to all concerned. Rotary is adjourned.